So I'm going to read all three of your comments. His lawyer was the settler of sexual assault charges and did time behind it. He is a criminal. Did he go to Epstein's Island? Did he cheat on every wife? Did he go into teen girls' dressing rooms? Actually, he has. The court said it happened. So this is where this thinking is how the term Trump derangement syndrome was coined. Because it's all deranged. Everything you said. And it's a direct result. The symptoms develop from listening to CNN or MSNBC. The very things that all these people, CNN, these lawyers, even the ones that supposedly were representing Trump, they were never representing him. They were there to dirty him up. Michael Cohen went to jail. That's who you're talking about here. That you think went to jail because he was the sexual abuser settler. No. He got caught on it. Did Trump go to jail? No. Michael Cohen did. And he went to jail because of tax evasion, fraud, and perjury. Yeah, every time he opened his mouth, he perjured himself more. Even while he was in jail. Even Michael Avenatti, who was representing Stormy Daniels, those that remember the Stormy Daniels bullshit, he went to jail. Not Trump. Michael Cohen went to jail. Not Trump. Stormy Daniels has been, it was ruled that she has to pay Trump's legal expenses for all of that they went after him for. So do you see how on just those few things I said, it's deranged? You should stop listening to CNN so you do not become more deranged. Where has Trump ever, where is the evidence for him being in teen girls' dressing rooms? No. He's the one that had Jeffrey Epstein thrown out of Mar-a-Lago after he was inappropriate to one of the young staffers there. Trump is the only one that was willing to sit down with the lawyer back in the late 80s who was representing some of these victims of Epstein's. Trump, out of all the high elite there, he was the only one that sat down and gave the lawyer all the time he wanted and answered any questions he could to help him. Trump wanted Epstein off the street, which is why Cindy McCain said on national TV, John McCain's wife, maybe you should look that up so you snap out of it, that everybody knew about Epstein, but nobody was willing to do anything about it. When did something get done about it? Something was done about it when Trump got into office. At less than a year that he was there, immediately came into office, started doing something about the trafficking of human beings, the modern day slavery, and getting the biggest abusers off the street. The Jeffrey Epsteins, the Ghislaine Maxwells, the Harvey Weinstein, yes, all. Some of the very first things Trump did. And instead, we have people in this country that are so deranged because they listen to CNN that they can't see how, no, that doesn't make sense. The people that are accusing Trump of this stuff are the ones that are guilty of it. Avenatti, who represented Stormy Daniels, went to jail. Cohen went to jail. And then all he did was he turned around and he made a payment to Stormy Daniels and said that Trump told him to do it. But Trump said, no, I would never do that. I have no idea how she was paid. Well, they found out Stormy Daniels was paid out of Michael Cohen's own money so that it would make it look, dirty Trump up, make it look like Trump wanted to buy her off. He didn't know anything about it. And so Cohen screwed himself over there because it showed that he's paying out of his own money. It didn't come out of the campaign expenses. It didn't come out of the Trump organization because it was never a check that Trump signed or knew about. So that's how Cohen started his ordeal of all of his lies. He's no different than the same damn people that colluded with the bad actors in Russia to try to dirty Trump up as some Russian spy. Trump was never charged with any rapes. But you guys are convinced. I get help. And the best way to help yourself is to stop listening to CNN. But I don't think you guys want to. You have all this unresolved hate in you that I don't even think is really. Trump has just become the poster child of all of your unresolved childhood or adult, I take your pick, all your unresolved anger and repressed anger has now come flying out, and you don't even see how deranged everything you just said is. But it doesn't matter because the target is Trump. He's the most worst person in the world. And you will say anything, you will believe anything, you will grab onto anything, and as long as it's about Trump raping people, Trump being this horrible person, yet you can't even look in the mirror and say who's really the horrible person. The person that doesn't want to think for themselves and just wants to believe the deranged CNN. If you're going to listen to the deranged, then you can expect to become deranged. Especially if you start listening to them so much you believe them. Trump has not been convicted or charged with raping anybody. Did women come out and make statements? Yes, and they've lost. Stormy Daniels or Jean Carroll's case is a civil matter. It is not a criminal conviction. It's a total hit job. After us that do think for ourselves watching this circus show for going on 8 years, it's clearly obvious. All of the bad actors that will do something for a buck. Yeah, make up a story about a justice or a president. Just make something up. And then that is supposed to be what's believed. But it doesn't line up. And here's why. I'll say it one more time. The victims that have testified in the Ghislaine Maxwell case, go look the transcripts up. They said Trump wasn't on the island. Trump said he wasn't on the island. But what do the deranged say? Oh, Trump was on the island. No, even the victims themselves say that they never saw Trump. What Trump was the person doing something about these predators. And what do you guys want to do? You want to believe the predators. And that's why you end up becoming deranged.